Dauchois. Mother, you test me even when you're not here. It's an anagram of Louis Moras de Richer. You wanted to write to me then. Let's see what's inside this letter.
Oh, shit.
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richer.
What is your game here, Mother?
What?
What are these strange turns of phrase? I've never heard you speak like that. What's going on here? That you write to me under a pen name, okay. But here you go even further, by trying to avoid raising any suspicions should anyone else read it. I wonder if this Godoy is the person you came looking for. Think! Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does that name sound so familiar? I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
Okay.
Let's see what's hidden inside.
I want to see what the,
Let's look. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. Apparently this letter is meant for Pope Pius VI, born Giovanni Braschi. I wonder which one of these people is influential enough to write to the Pope in person.
Well, His Eminence, obviously. Huh. Okay. So there's a letter written to the Pope, which doesn't really help us. There's Mr. Godoy, which we need to figure out where he is.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Okay, so doesn't really help me, does it? How do I use these? How do you use items? Oh, that's great. Awesome. That tells me exactly everything that I needed to know. The journal, maybe? No. How do I know, right? That was super helpful. Oh, like that. You have to press 1 and keep it pressed. Well, thanks, game.
That does it. Let's see what's hidden inside. There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Manuscripts allow you to educate yourself during the adventure. At the start of each quest, you can choose what to read and gain permanent skill points. Find your manuscript by using the inventory tab in the menu.
Let's look inside the bag.
Oh wait, I have not read this one, this means. Oh! So having it doesn't grant me a point. I need to decide if I want to read it or not.
A little food, a few...
How? How though? How do you decide? Have I not maybe started yet a chapter? Maybe because we're in chapter 1? Okay, what are my points? Occultism. Does it give me... Oh, it's 1 skill point. So it would only give me 1 skill point. And I need like 4 to level this up. The other one is science. Be up to date with scientific knowledge and medical techniques. And this one is raised on myths, occults, and religious symbols, as well as ancient languages and secret societies. I think I would prefer this one. But, we'll see.
Toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder.
Examine the food.
Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm.
So this is...
The bread's a bit stale. From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days.
Okay, so this is clearly our mother's food.
Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. And this bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. But what does all this mean? The bottom of the bag is covered in black powder. And judging by its consistency, it's the same type of powder that I found earlier. This just gets better and better.
Okay, so gunpowder.
An iron key completely rusted. You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it.
I can take the entire bag. No, I'm not gonna do that. She's gonna starve. Well,
Right, that's enough. I think I better leave her bag here. If she hid all this, it's because she thought she might need it later. So, let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of a wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. But maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting for me. At least I hope so.
but can I examine this again?
A Latin inscription. Annesis.
Yeah, we've read that before.
Fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
Yeah, we've already done this.
You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree.
I know. We're good.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
So far, it's pretty gripping. Let's just say that. Like, I'm really interested to know what's going on.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the
Persuade
envelope.
Piaghi
It
to
might have
entrust
something
the
to do
letter
with
to
her
you.
disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Confrontations. During a confrontation, you have to go through several steps while being as persuasive as possible. Confrontations have consequences on the rest of the story. Holy shit. Okay, so don't hesitate to use your skills. Each confrontation displays an interface showing how much the person you are talking to is convinced.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
Only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is commendable. But as we work together on a daily basis, it is surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Okay, let's go for this one. It's a difficult one, but let's try it.
Be it Mother or myself, our motto has always been discretion in all things, and to promise to never betray a word of honor. Was your secret safe with Mother? It will be even more so with me.
You have convinced me. The mystery with which your mother manages her business proves that she carries your motto close to her heart. Your words seem sincere, my son.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate.
He's got a tattoo
Till
in his
now,
paw.
we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Pretend I don't want it. Yeah, we'll do that.
Look, you seem hesitant. The simplest thing to do is just to give it to her when you see her. After all, it's not that urgent.
Yes. I mean, yes.
Hey,
it's
Max Payne, what's
urgent.
up, dude?
I mean, what if we don't find each other here on the island?
Though I don't know yet when I'll be leaving. I might not be staying for very long. What to do? Can you see a solution? Come on. Just give me the letter for crying out loud.
I cannot run the risk alone. I am going to trust you. You seem like an honest man.
Bingo.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Last step. For the last step of a confrontation, you must convince the person you are talking to by giving a positive answer. If you give a bad answer, the step will repeat itself until either you give a right one or you have no blunders left. Okay. Shit.
Your Eminence, that is just not possible for me.
Why is that?
I have always had a Cartesian mind, and I won't make false promises. I respect you too much for that. I spend my time trying to find logical and reasonable answers to problems which, at first glance, seem supernatural. I'm not saying I don't believe in God as a concept. I just don't believe in the God of your sacred texts. And I don't want to lie to you.
Even though your answer does shock me, my son, I shall only hear your honesty. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Hidden elements. Many clues and items are hidden. Some of them will have an impact on your adventure, so do not hesitate to look for them. Okay. First of all, you have used 4 consumable items during a single quest or consumed a noxious element. Dialogue timer is no longer visible. Oh! You didn't tell me that, game. It's kind of rude. I didn't know this. Hold on, I need to move myself too. Here, am I gonna hide stuff here? I feel like I'm gonna hide stuff here. Arcanine, thank you so much. Maybe I should move myself to... What, here? Maybe? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Sounds about right. It's okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. This is to leave, right? Yeah, I don't want to leave. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe it's not leaving.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
He does. It says go back to the group near the chimney. I am not doing that. I am going anywhere but there. Devil's Thorn grants you the exalted state. You temporarily see the immunities and vulnerabilities affecting a dialogue choice in a conversation. You cannot carry more than 5. Huh. I guess the thing with like
Maybe I should introduce myself to the other guests first.
okay, yeah, maybe I should do that. So I cannot go up yet. Oh.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch. A biography of the great men.
Flip through it.
Opened Brutus's page. Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
Oh shit, parallel lives. It will give me points in conviction. There's a typo there. It's not Plutarch, it's Plutarch. Famous ancient Rome historian. Can I go
I
past?
thought
No.
my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief. It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Green Pumpkin, thank you so much for the host.
I
appreciate it.
haven't ventured more than 2 yards
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President.
Just the president.
Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive
Looks
my
like a zombie?
indiscretion?
Yeah. Max Payne.
Oh my.
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well,
That's not
my
a
friends,
dress. I'm sorry.
do
This is
any of
not a
you
dress.
know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if
Why
I
is she
understand
rubbing her
rightly,
belly when she
Monsieur
says
de
that?
Riche, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Oh, I'm not telling you.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously.
This is not a dress. This is a
I know your
tablecloth
mother well.
stretched
Stay
out
behind
to
with me
fit her body.
afterwards,
Is
and
what it
we'll
is.
take a moment to speak about her.
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
Time limit is over and answer is automatically selected. Click the dialogue timer at the bottom of the screen. Shit.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Okay, guys. What do you guys think? Let's do this. Washington or Ulm? Or boobies and old weird dudes? Ulm? So apparently Arcan Knight doesn't like boobies. It's fine. It's fine. So we have one Ulm. 2 Ulms. So we're going with Ulms. Okay. Let's go. Good lord.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home. I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Home. I shall see you later.
I know Arcan Knight. I know. I'm just kidding, man. I'm sure.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear.
Who's that?
He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale.
I missed an opportunity.
Excuse me, sir. I
didn't
have been
even see it.
neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Home, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you. You seem to know my mother well. Is that true?
Who does not know of her, sir? She has such a wide circle that everyone knows your mother from a distance or closer.
Everyone knows Sarah, my son.
But you only know her by
call them
reputation.
moves.
I remember she once worked for the Crown of England and that she always honors her engagements. However, we have never been personally introduced, sadly.
Well, if I'm to believe my vision, you're not going to get along with her.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Home. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. And what with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
We'll go with the link.
Sir, do you know Emily Hillsborough?
Oh, Madame.
We
la
can't blame him.
Duchesse.
Oh, God.
Of course. It was I who invited her to the island. In addition to mutual business we wanted to talk about, I absolutely wanted to introduce her to Lord Mortimer.
Do you know of any link between her and my mother?
Not really, no. They may well have met at the court of King George, but I can't be sure about
No dispute between them, then?
that. Not to my knowledge, no.
And even if Duchess Hillsborough is a complex woman to understand, I honestly can't imagine her in a conflict with the famous Sara de Ricci.
No!
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing. Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Slight arrhythmia, nothing too serious. Do you often feel faint?
Leave me alone.
Yes, Elizabeth suffers from poor health. Her fits are part of her daily life.
I picked the
I
wrong
would guess
one.
it's more like an anxiety
It
attack.
came out today, Max
As
Payne.
if something had suddenly terrorized her.
She reeks of laudanum, though.
Are you receiving any regular medical treatment, miss? Miss Adams, are you receiving any medical treatment?
No,
I don't know what you have to be afraid of yet, miss, but trying to drive out your demons with drugs won't do much good.
Can you tell me something about her?